Next up, we have Mark Lewis racking the balls for David McNeil. David, according to Fargo rate, has a 368 Fargo rate with a 936 robustness, so that's an established Fargo rate. David preparing to break. It looks like he's using some high left English. And I didn't see anything go in. There's 9 balls left on the table. So now it is up to Fedor, who has gotten out his jump stick. He will be jumping over the 6 ball to contact the 1 ball. Makes nice contact there and almost pots the 9 ball after a kiss. David back to the table again. He does have a look at the 1 ball, but he doesn't have a pocket for it. He can either play safe off of this or he can bank it to this lower right hand pocket. But even if he were to make that, he did not end up in a good position on the 2 ball. So it was probably unwise of him to try to bank that. I think he should have played safe there. Fedor trying to bank it across to the corner pocket. Leaves the 1 ball open to the side pocket. David can cut it into the upper right pocket and be able to get back to this long rail for a shot at the 2 ball. Which he doesn't do. He softly played it off the other long rail, and he has a very long cut shot now without great options to get on 3. He pockets that ball, comes across towards the corner pocket and scratches. That is often a natural scratch shot there, and you probably have to offset that with some English in order to keep it from going across to that pocket. Now Fedor is taking a sharp cut shot here because he wants to break out that 4 ball, but unfortunately he got hidden behind the 7. So both of these players are struggling in the beginning to get a good position. Fedor's back with the jump stick again. He pops it up and nails the corner pocket with it. His next shot will be on the 5 ball. I'm not sure what he's trying to do there, whether he's trying to come off the back of the 6 perhaps. I'm still not sure what he was trying to do, but he hung the ball up in the corner. It looks like a corner hook. It may be that David has to come off a rail to get at the 5 ball. I don't even think he can see the 9 ball, which is the nearest one to the cue ball. Maybe he can see it. He appears to be shooting at the 3 ball. Oh, he's jumping. Okay. And he catches that corner. He was corner hooked. He did catch the corner. He couldn't pop up over it. And that's going to be ball in hand for Fedor Gorst, one of the best players in the world. Now the 6 ball is not an easy position, but he does bump it forward where it'll go past the 9 now. He will pot the 6, then the 7, and then try to set himself up for a bank on the 9. Oh, excuse me, he has to go across for the 8 first. Then he will try to set himself up for the 9. He will be banking the 9 ball. It looks like he might go cross corner here, or he might go 3 rails to the side pocket or the bottom left corner pocket. He did cross it to the corner and wins the first game of this match. This is a race to 2. If the challenger beats Fedor, who is banking out the last ball, they do win $100 from the house. There, of course, was no side betting allowed. It is just an offer from people to incentivize people to do their best to try to beat the champion, Fedor Gorst. And so they had an entry of $50, and they could win $50 by beating Fedor, even though he was banking the ball. We did at one point have somebody try to do a side bet with Fedor, but that didn't work out for him very well. And there's a good break. The ball's really scattered open quite a bit. Fedor will have a look at the 1 ball in the side pocket. He then is going to have to roll across probably 2 rails for the 2 ball. No, he comes straight across with some left English and got straight on that ball. Now he can roll up on the 3 ball. No, he came out to the center of the table. It's quite difficult for me to call what Fedor Gorst is going to do because he can manipulate the cue ball so well. He sometimes does things that we amateurs don't do. Now he comes off the end rail behind the 5 ball. He will stop now for the 6, almost certainly. He does not. Comes around 2 rails with a draw shot. Bumps the 6, gets on it. I almost feel like I don't even want to try to call what his shots are. He's set himself up for a bank shot. He's going to go straight back. And he's a little bit long with that shot. So here David has a great opportunity to run 3 balls out for the win. He can shoot the 7 in this right-hand side pocket and draw back a little bit for the 8 and then shoot low right to come off the 8 for the 9. I'm not sure what he's going to do here, though. He comes all the way to the end rail. So he's going to be rolling that ball across the line of the 9, which I think is a little bit more difficult pathway, but he might achieve it. And this was another one of those shots that could result in a scratch, but it looks like he put some right-hand English on there to hold it up as it came off the 8 ball. And he now has a long, fairly straight shot at the 9 ball. He's checking it over very carefully. And he chose to bank that ball. I think players are more motivated to keep playing with Fedor than they are to beat him and win that $50. So that I think that's great. He would rather bank the ball and get another chance to watch Fedor shoot and to continue to shoot against him. I really have to hand it to the young man. That's a great way to go. The more time you can spend at the table with Fedor, the better. So Fedor was trying the long 4-railer there. I'm really amazed he got it that far because he had to cut it quite a bit at the start of that shot. Normally you're up above that 4-railer a little higher when you started out so you can get more energy transfer from the cue ball when you hit it. He was cutting that ball quite a bit but still got it all the way around the table. That was an excellent shot. And he almost made it. Now David tried to cut that in. I'm beginning to wonder now if he was really trying to do a bank shot on that last shot. I don't know. I can't figure it out. There's a 5-railer that didn't go. And David has another chance to cut this if he wishes to, or he can bank it straight back. The wiser shot when you're given a choice like this is always the cut shot, and he took the cut shot and he made it nicely, so it's 1-1. David now is coming to break for the third game. They are 1-1. David made a beautiful cut shot to win that last game. Now again, it looks like he's putting English on this ball. And he did pocket a ball this time. It looks like he can see the one shot for the bottom corner pocket here, nearest the camera. And he's getting down on that ball, but he's elevating a little bit. And he missed the shot. Whenever you elevate the back of the stick like that, you're going to sacrifice accuracy. Now you notice as Fedor shoots this shot, his stick is absolutely level as he can get it. And that's the way those shots should be shot. Try to keep your stick level. Anthony Baylor says every inch you go up, you lose 10% of accuracy. And I don't doubt that it's something near that. He got back nicely for the 3-ball. Although it is a tight cut shot, he makes it easily. Took a risk of getting deflected into that corner pocket, but he managed to avoid it. He wanted to get on the 4 on the side, but he certainly didn't achieve that because that 8-ball rolled out in front of the 4. But he's Fedor Gorst, and he just banks it cross side. Comes all the way around the table, and he's going to get behind the 5-ball. I think from here it looks like maybe he can see it. It looks like there's a gap between those 2 balls, and he's going to try and throw it in there by elevating his stick. And obviously, with my little discussion a minute ago, there are times when you have to elevate the stick to curve the cue ball, to transfer spin more effectively to the object ball, those sorts of things. Now he will pocket the 8 and then be banking the 9-ball. I'm not going to try and call what shot he's going to take because it could be almost anything. It looks like the 3-railer. End rail, side rail, end rail, and into the pocket. And he is short by about 2 diamonds. That often happens. You have to a very narrow window there to hit it because it picks up English off of that second rail and often gets thrown to the right when it hits the bottom end rail here. And so David has a probable bank shot here. I don't know if he can cut it or not. If he can cut it, he probably should try. He came up short with the cut shot. He got Fedor up against the rail. So this is going to be difficult for him to cue. He is cueing down on it a little bit this time. He tries the 4-railer and it comes very close, but it's a little bit long. Now it is David's shot. He does have a cut shot into the side. He's scoping it out very carefully. This is a very makeable shot on this diamond table. It's a narrow window to the pocket, but it's very makeable from here. And he does make it, and he won, and he will be collecting $50 cash at the end of this. Nice job, Mr. David Neal. Thank you for participating in this great event, and you came out on top.